Hi guys, Alex here. Today we're going to do a little comparison between some old technology and some new. And we're going to see how the improvements are there, and is it just about distance or has accuracy kind of changed as well? Now I know accuracy to a large extent is down to me, but we're going to look at the Callaway FTi, which was the square-headed driver, against the Callaway XR16. So we're going to hit 5 shots with each, 5 first shots with the FTi. Okay then, so Callaway FTi. So a bit of a blast from the past. We've got square head technology. So fusion technology, so carbon and titanium in the head. But yeah, square, get that weight further away from the face, wider as well as away from the face to improve that moment of inertia. So hopefully those off-center strikes maintain that accuracy. Okay then guys, so FTi, the idea behind this was square technology was very, very different when it first came out. But like I said on the review for the head, the further you can move the weight away from the face and the wider, on those off-center strikes, the club head should twist less, therefore should give us more accuracy. And I remember when Callaway did this and Nike did this, you know, you saw a lot of very accurate tee shots. So I've got this 10 degrees stiff. It is the draw head, but hit these shots, see how it performs against 5 with XR16. So certainly with the size of head, I think it looks very, very small behind the golf ball. Setting off right, turning over a touch. Pitching 212, rolling out 239. Okay, so as we move on to the second shot, for me the big thing when this first came out was very, very noisy. And I think that the combination of the materials on the head, you know, became, I mean even on driving range, became more noticeable. So setting off pretty straight, just staying there. Pitching 226, rolling out 241. And certainly where custom fits come on massively, just no adjustability with this. It was either your draw head, your neutral head, everything glued, so very much about, if you went through a fitting process, making sure that you've got the right one for you, and that if you changed what you did with your golf swing, there was no adjustability with the driver. So that's where for me the modern equipment's really, really come on. So setting off straight, turning over, missing the fairway, 224, 248. And I would say initially, I did have a square-headed driver, not FTi at one stage, but never loved kind of the ball flight these gave me, whatever I did with kind of shafts and lofts. But when we look at the numbers on SkyTrack, we'll see kind of how it performed. So setting off a little left and drawing. 226, 247. And one final one. Now obviously we're relying on me making decent swings, and I wouldn't say out of those first few, maybe my best strikes with those, but that's where the idea with these is the off-centre strike should give me that bit of accuracy. Okay, so that's 5 out the way with FTi. Now, I'll be honest, because that's a few years old, personally I don't love the look, the feel, even the kind of flight that gave me. Be interested when we look at the numbers to see what the actual launch conditions were like. But we're going to move on to XR16. I'm using slightly different height tees as well, only because I feel with the size of the head with FTi that the orange was a little bit high for me. But XR16 standard model, I have used the Pro model as well, but I probably spun the Pro model, well, I did definitely spin it less. And one of the things with square drivers for me in the past that gave that accuracy was potentially there was a bit more spin, so I'm trying to give a fair comparison between XR16 and FTi. But straight away noticeable by much bigger head, shafts longer. Let's see how it goes. Setting off straight, again turning over to the left, pitching 239, rolling out 265. Okay, straight off the bat there, that feels, well, I suppose more normal, because it's more, I suppose what is traditionally now size and length of driver, and it's more rounded. So setting off right, little draw, kind of normal shape, pitching 233, rolling out 260. And I think straight away, you know, the more traditional, it's not ultra traditional, but the more rounded head I think suits my eye. I think, like I said, I did have a square driver in the past and it did perform quite well. I'll be honest, the initial one I had actually was proven to come from an illegal batch, so I actually had to swap mine for a more legal one, and when the legal one came I don't think it performed quite as well. So again, setting off maybe a little too straight, turning over, pitching 220, rolling out 250. Okay, so the last couple. I mean, I think obviously you guys are seeing the generated ball flight, where I'm seeing the actual ball flight, and a little bit of the generated stuff down on the iPad. So setting off slightly right and drawing. Maybe a slight heely strike, pitching 246, 269. I don't feel I'm moving quite as well today as I normally would, so maybe club head speed will be a touch down on normal. But one final one, let's look at some numbers and let's see if the kind of claims that get made with the modern technology really stand up. So one final one with XR16. Setting off a little bit further right, again turning over though, pitching at 240, rolling out 264. Okay then guys, so I actually felt I hit XR16 better, bigger head. In theory, is it more forgiving? I would say on those shots, yes, but let's look at some numbers, so you came out on top. Okay then guys, so club head speed almost identical, bit more ball speed out of XR16. Spin was quite a bit lower on XR16. Certainly the FTi spun more, and I think, like I said, that was very much what tended to happen with the square-headed drivers. Side spin is more about tilt than side spin, but 235 carry against 213 and 261 against 235. So a big difference in kind of how the drivers performed. Okay then guys, so we'll look at numbers, and we've got old, was good technology at the time, very much based around accuracy. For me, I didn't really see that on the shots, and I could argue that the draw head probably isn't perfect for me. Well, certainly isn't perfect for me. But yeah, I mean, when you look at the difference XR16 and FTi, I think just looks wise, hugely better. A little bit longer shaft, felt the head was more forgiving as well, so gave me longer carry, longer total and more accuracy. So has technology improved the driver? Hugely. So XR16 against FTi, good as that might have been, I don't think that would be a consideration for anyone nowadays when you've got the new stuff that is so good. So guys, hope you've enjoyed the video, something a bit different. I know I've done some old school against new school stuff in the past. Just thought it was an interesting chance to get my hands on a square-headed driver to see how it compared. If you've enjoyed the video, like and share it, leave any comments below, subscribe to the channel if you don't already. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here in the future. Stay in contact.